BTN football is presented by the United States Marine Corps. Today from cloudy and chilly West Lafayette, it's Purdue and Indiana beating for the Old Oaken Bucket here today from Ross-Ade Stadium. And now, the Boilermakers. And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast booth alongside Glenn Mason. I'm Corey Provis. Trophy games are always fun. A good one today. These two longtime rivals. First for Purdue, David Blau is out, so he will not play, out with a concussion. So Purdue going back to junior Austin Appleby at quarterback here today, Glenn.
Well, the revolving door at quarterback at Purdue continues, and today it'll be Austin Appleby. Had to come off the bench last week against Iowa. He played pretty well, 23 of 40, 259 yards. Let's not forget the coaches told us that Appleby won the job during the summer because he didn't turn the ball over. And then he lost the job to Blau because he turned the ball over. You can't turn the ball over and win.
Meanwhile, quarterback issues, none to speak of. If you're Indiana, Nate Sudfeld coming off a great game last week. He has his chance to set a career record here today.
Yeah, I'll tell you think about the career he's had, 54 touchdown passes, and he's the quarterback of a really good offense. The #1 offense in the Big Ten Conference, very balanced. They got the leading passer, the leading rusher, and Corey, when you think about it, that they're #1 in offense, but they're dead last in defense. Those two things don't go hand in hand. Defense a little bit better, the numbers would be scary. And the hero, unsung hero, or hero should I say, that offensive line, they're really good.
Offensive line terrific. Jason Spriggs and Dan Feeney a key part. As for today's Auto Owners Insurance Impact players, first for Indiana.
Well, when you look at it, you got to look at the 6'4" wide receiver, Simi Cobbs. Breaks a lot of tackles, yards after catch. Mitchell Page, 41 receptions on the year, 2 punt returns for touchdown. And for Purdue, Leroy Clark, the safety, the leading tackler with 78. And then when you look at Purdue, you got to think about their workhorse. Markel Jones, 152 carries and 30 receptions. Wide receiver D'Angelo Yancey, big play guy. And for Indiana, the defensive end, Nick Mangieri. Bandit, the defensive end, 7 sacks on the year. It's been quiet as late, but today he's playing for a bowl game.
Jay Lehman, third member of our team, standing by for this field report. Hey, Jay.
Nice guys. You know, the offensive skill players for Indiana get a lot of publicity. But as you guys mentioned, this offensive line is special. Led by left tackle Jason Spriggs and Dan Feeney. They protect the quarterback, and they can run the football. You look at the numbers, they're astounding. #1 in scoring, #3 in rushing, #1 in passing, and of course, #1 in total. You can't put up those numbers, guys, unless you're good up front, and they're going to need it in weather like this today.
All right, Jay, speaking of the weather, overcast, a little bit of a breeze, temperatures around 39 degrees, feels like 32. Forecast earlier in the week was calling maybe for some sleet, but that storm system is south of here, should be dry throughout the afternoon, but a lot of rain here yesterday, so it still might be rather soggy on the grass surface here at Ross-Ade Stadium. Purdue won the toss and elected to receive. So Griffin Oaks and the Boilermakers, I should say the Hoosiers, will kick it away. We are moments away from the 118th all-time meeting between these two teams. And how about this? Old Oaken Bucket, last 8 starting quarterbacks. Appleby will be in there today. First time since Curtis Painter that Purdue has had the same quarterback in the Old Oaken Bucket in consecutive years.
They've really had a problem at the quarterback position. You know, keeping the guy in there performing, keeping him healthy, and they thought they had settled on David Blau, and he came up big, and they're really lucky that they had a guy like Appleby waiting in the wings.
Well, last year it was Xander Diamond filling in for the injured Sudfeld. Game-winning touchdown run as Indiana won the game in Bloomington last year. This is Frankie Williams on the return. A stiff arm, free across the 20, 25, and steps out near the 30. So a nice return there from Frankie Williams, and that's where Purdue will start today. And there's the man that will lead the charge, junior quarterback Austin Appleby. His 4th start this season, his first start since the Virginia Tech game here in mid-September. His numbers on the year, 6 touchdowns, but 6 picks. But last week, filling in for the injured Blau, not bad against Iowa.
Yeah, he was 23 of 40, and watching the film of him perform, this guy can throw the football. If they give him time, he can cause some damage.
Markel Jones, the tailback, having a solid year. He'll get the carry. Jones patient, driving forward near the 40. Gain of roughly 6 for Markel Jones. If you recall, a couple weeks back, Jones hurt his knee late against Northwestern, but did come back to play last week against Iowa. 24 carries, 87 yards for Jones a week ago. On second down, Appleby with time to the far sideline, and it's caught by Cameron Posey. That'll be good for a first down. So Appleby and the Boilermakers with the first down. They move the chains. If you are looking for the Maryland-Rutgers game, go to btn.com/gamefinder to see where you can find that game. Burgess in motion. Here's Jones trying the right side, stood up and driven back by Marcus Oliver. Coaching staff raving about the season the redshirt sophomore from Hamilton, Ohio has had, Marcus Oliver.
When I've watched Indiana on defense, statistically it doesn't show, but they are better than they've been the last couple of years. What they lack is consistency. They play well, and then give up a big play.
We saw that at times last week. Maryland, Brandon Ross, a huge game on the ground despite the Indiana win. Appleby in trouble and sacked back at the 40. Nick Mangieri with his 8th sack this year, 13th career sack.
Well, we talked about Mangieri, a guy that used to play bandit, and then he moved back to defensive end. That's his 8th sack on the year. He's been silent the last couple of weeks, but you know, there's a lot at stake today. These guys really want to go to a bowl game.
Indiana's been so good in the conference on offense. We saw the numbers, a struggle defensively team-wide, but Mangieri with a sack, so forcing a 3rd and long. Anthrop in motion at the bottom of your screen. On 3rd down, Appleby looking at the near side. It's caught by the senior Anthrop, and it'll be ripped down at around midfield, short of the first down. So Anthrop, the senior from here in West Lafayette, Central Catholic High School, is alma mater, won a state title yesterday. Dawson Fletcher on the stop, a pickup of 10, but still 4th and 6, and Purdue will punt.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Indiana came with the blitz, did a good job. They forced Appleby to throw early. They made the tackle, and he gained some yards, but they've got to punt it.
Joe Shopper, freshman, having a fine season, will send this one away. Mitchell Page, a dangerous return man, waits inside the 10-yard line. Short kick, this one ambling out of bounds. Not a good punt there from Shopper. Let's see where the official will mark it. And around the 28-yard line is where Indiana will start today, and that's where the Hoosiers will begin an offense with Nate Sudfeld, senior, 54 career touchdown passes. That's a school record, but you see 3rd in school history in passing yards. 330 today. He'll surpass Antoine Randall and set the new standard in Bloomington. Last year, or I should say last week, threw for 385 and 4 touchdowns as Indiana beat Maryland. Sudfeld throwing on 1st down, and Sidney Cobbs, the intended receiver, but knocked away by Anthony Brown. Sidney Cobbs, a huge game last week, career highs in receptions and receiving yards, but there's a story for Indiana. Divine Redding is the tailback, so no Jordan Howard. We were told a game-time decision. Howard limited last week with a knee injury, but it's Redding starting today. He ran for over 100 yards last week against the Terrapins. 2nd down, Sudfeld throwing, can't hit, too hot for Cobbs, and maybe let him just too much. 3rd and long.
Yeah, you will not see that very often. He's got a wide open Cobbs, and his ball comes out wobbling. He normally has a tight spiral, and he misses the completion. And that would have gone a long way.
So Indiana on 3rd down this year, 37%. On 3rd and 10. Sudfeld with time, and it's caught. There's Cobbs across midfield. On 3rd and 10, Sudfeld had plenty of time. He found Cobbs, A gain of 25 and a Hoosier first down.
Yeah, you'll watch him. He drops back. He's got time, but he steps up in the pocket. He delivers the ball and the money. And as we talked about before, Cobbs gets a lot of yards after the catch.
Purdue has struggled on third down defense this year, next to last in the league. There's Divine Redding, and he runs into Jake Raplogle for a gain of 1. Raplogle, junior from Centerville, Ohio. He had a huge game against Iowa last week. A couple of sacks, a block kick. Still a gain of 1, second down.
Gain of 1 in the play. Ball spotted at the 46. Second down.
On second down, this is Redding. Off the left side, he'll dive forward near the 42-yard line for a gain of about 4. Raplogle into the tackle again. See the numbers on Divine Redding this year, sophomore from Youngstown, Ohio. Ran for 130 last week in the absence of Jordan Howard.
Yeah, he's from Youngstown, but he went to the infamous Glenville High School in Cleveland.
Indiana was successful on 3rd and 10 a moment ago. This is a 3rd and 5. Here comes the pressure. The screen set up, incomplete. Danny Izichukwu was bringing the noise on Sudfeld, knocked him down. And Sudfeld trying to set up that screen to Redding, could not hit. 4th and 5.
Well, you like to have pressure on a screenplay, but not when someone's covering the screen man, and Sudfeld did the wise thing and threw the ball out of bounds.
Indiana's going to go for it on 4th down. Hoosiers 10 of 23 on 4th down this year. Quick throw, wide open. It's caught Ricky Jones. First down inside the 25-yard line.
You know, Corey, a lot of times a decision like that is made before the game. Kevin Wilson might have told his staff and the players, we get on the short side of the 50 and it's 4th down. Be ready, we're going for it.
Good tempo offense. Staying with that tempo here on first down to Redding. Nothing off the left side. Jimmy Herman among those in on the stop. No gain of the play.
You know, Corey, there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat. When you look at Iowa and Kirk Ferentz, they like to play ball control and defense, win the close game. When you look at Kevin Wilson in Indiana, he wants a shootout.
Wilson's Hoosiers on offense, 35 points per game. Top scoring team in the Big Ten Conference. Play clock is now under 10. Out of the pistol. They get it off. And this is Redding again. And he is stood up by G-Lynn Robinson. Sophomore with the play, a loss of 1. Son of Big Dog Glenn Robinson. Where's his dad's number? And G-Lynn stepping up there for a loss of 1.
Yeah, it makes a nice play. We talked about the offensive line. With the defensive tackle got outside, let the end fold underneath and make the play.
Robinson 6'1", 250. Another 3rd down, 3rd and 11. Sudfeld looking for Page, and he's got it. What a catch. Touchdown, Indiana.
Sudfeld pass complete to Mitchell Page. Touchdown, Indiana.
Page caught 2 last week, and this was a fine catch, 23 yards.
Wow, I tell you, you look at Sudfeld, he put enough air under the ball. Great body control by Page. Great concentration. Fingertip catch. Guy came to Indiana as a walk-on, and he more than has earned his scholarship.
His 5th touchdown reception this year. That one went for 23 yards. This is Griffin Oaks. Had a great sophomore season, and he will bang this one in. So Indiana faced with so many 3rd and longs, even a 4th and 5, and they converted all of them. Sudfeld to Page. Good start for the Hoosiers on the road. 7-0 Indiana. The Hoosiers celebrating a touchdown on their first drive. 7-0 Indiana. So Oaks will send this one away. It's Jones and Williams back. And there's Frankie Williams. He'll take it out about 2 yards in. Williams stood up shy of the 15-yard line. Some more info on the Old Oaken Bucket. First appeared in 1925. Bucket was located on a farm between Kent and Hanover in southern Indiana in the 1840s, which means this bucket roughly is 175 years old. Indiana's won the last 2.
But Purdue has dominated the series.
72-39, 6 ties. Purdue's favor. Jones, the tailback, on first down. Appleby throwing, and it's caught. That's Cole Herdman, the tight end, redshirt freshman from Leesburg, Virginia. A gain of 9 on his 17th reception this season.
Well, we talked about Appleby's got experience. Indiana came with a corner blitz. Purdue picked it up pretty good. Appleby started to run, but kept his eyes downfield, put the ball in the money.
Indiana's defense stopping the run 13th in the Big Ten Conference, averaging or allowing nearly 185 yards rushing per game. On second down, Appleby, big time. Here comes Simmons now, and he'll throw this one away. So 3rd and long. Before we get to that, let's check in downstairs once again. Jay Lehman.
Checking out the Hoosier linebackers, Oliver, Simmons. They're coming downhill hard, trying to stop that run game with Markel Jones. Mace, I don't think they think Appleby can beat them through the air.
I think they're wrong, though. I like what they're doing to stop the run, but he's got a good arm.
So 3rd down and 11. Indiana bringing 4 men. Mangieri has him again. 2nd sack today for Nick Mangieri, the senior from Peoria, Illinois. Mangieri had no sacks his prior 4 games. He has 2 already today.
He was listening to our deal on impact players. He didn't want to let us down.
Got around Cameron Sermon. Fourth down, and Chopper. Not a good punt. His first one today, hoping for a better one. This one not much better. So Page will watch this one bounce. It'll hit right around the 45 and stop near the 49. So we'll step aside. Indiana leading, good field position with the ball. We come back. Indiana touchdown on its first drive. Good field position after the short punt. Sudfeld and the Hoosiers. Divine Redding is the tailback. We'll see Mike Majette at times today. Here is Redding with space. Great cutback across the 40, draggling Purdue tacklers inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 17 for Redding.
Well, this is good line block. Look at that hole. Look at the line. You know, when the line pulls like that, Corey, then the defense has to change their gap responsibility. They didn't get it done there.
And a great cut on Leroy Clark, and now Redding. A minimal gain, about 2, as he runs up the middle and finds Ryan Watson, 5th-year senior.
Well, we talk about this no-huddle offense. It isn't always fast, but if they get a good play with Wilson, it's going to come back fast.
There's Redding on the right side, and Andy James Garcia in on the tackle. Redding trying to stiff-arm Garcia off, but Garcia hung on, the junior from Miami, with a good tackle, a gain of 2. 3rd down. Now, can Purdue make a stop on 3rd down? Late subs for Indiana. Anthony Casaro, good sign for the Hoosiers. He's playing today after missing the last 2 with an ankle. He comes in. Brandon Knight heads to the sideline. On 3rd and 6. Sudfeld. Again, time over the middle and nearly hauled in by Cobbs with one hand. Cobbs looking for the flag. No flag thrown. 4th down.
Well, you talked, they took Brandon Knight out. He's playing tight end, but he's a converted tackle. I think that was a giveaway that we're going to throw the football.
Anthony Brown on the coverage that time. So here comes Griffin Oakes for a field goal try. This will be a 45-yard attempt. Oakes has made 10 straight field goals, back-to-back Big Ten Special Teams Player of the Week honors. He's had back-to-back 4 field goal games. This from 45. And it's on the way, and it's good. Really, he's had one rough game. That was against Michigan State, but Oakes remains solid. He's made his last 11. Indiana adds on. 45-yard field goal, 10-0 Hoosiers. Great start for Kevin Wilson and the Hoosiers. Up early in West Lafayette, 10-0. Indiana with 5 wins. Win today would secure a bowl game. Temperatures in the mid to upper 30s at game time. Oaks after a 45-yard field goal. We'll send this one away. Let's see if Purdue can get something going. Frankie Williams back in his end zone. Will now take a knee, and the Boilermakers will start at the 25. Let's check. It's DJ Knox, running back in the last series, but now they go back to Markel Jones, the freshman. Appleby with time and a great fingertip catch made by Posey. Shoved out across the 35-yard line. Good pass and catch. A gain of 13.
You know, Corey, there's been a number of times that Purdue's able to get the ball to a crosser, and there's no backboard on the defense. That's why all that extra yards, someone's chasing them from behind, but no one's turning them back inside.
On first down, Appleby over the middle, and a strike to Anthrop. Across midfield, the senior Danny Anthrop having a good game. 17 yards on that play. Jonathan Crawford, the strong safety, made the tackle. See the numbers on Appleby, 13 of 15. Drop the snap, and Indiana is backed up. Purdue at a first and goal inside the 2. Now the Boilermakers coming back down 10. Just over a minute to play in the quarter. Hit as he throws. Caught Dominique Young. Inside the 35. Appleby took a shot. Hung in there, though. Made the throw, and Young the catch.
Yeah, how impressive is Austin Appleby so far? He's standing there making the right reads, putting the ball on the money, making the most of a comeback.
16-yard play. Jones up the middle. Markel Jones down near the 5. The freshman from Columbus, Indiana. 2014 Mr. Football in Indiana.
Right up the gut. You can see they get a good line block on Simmons there, pushing past the hole. The hole opens up, and he levels toward the goal line.
27-yard play. Markel Jones with 9 rushing touchdowns this season. Most since Ralph Bowden in 2009. Jones the right side. Still fighting. Stretching near the goal line. He'll be marked down just outside the 1. A gain of 4 for Jones.
When you watch Markel Jones on film, the one impression you get, this young man is very strong, especially in the lower body. He moves the pile.
Majoring in aviation technology, Indiana recruited Jones. On second down, Jones. Not the carry. This is Appleby in for a touchdown. Third rushing touchdown for Appleby this season.
Well, they got the ball down in the goal line, and Darrell Hazel wasn't going to make the same mistake and put Appleby under center. They went back to the shotgun snap.
Final play of the quarter. Paul Griggs for the extra point. And a great response for Purdue after the turnover. The defense made a good stand. Appleby and the Boilermakers answered in the final seconds of the opening quarter. Exciting start to this game. 118 all-time meeting. After 1, 10-7, Indiana. BTN football is presented by the United States Marine Corps. After 1, Indiana 10, Purdue 7. Darrell Hazel and the Boilermakers answering with a nice touchdown drive. Appleby from 1 yard out, but this was a key play that set it up, Glenn.
Well, you gotta watch it. You always hear defensive coaches talk about gaps. Watch this man right here. He'll be responsible for the gap behind the linebacker. And as it comes right here, you'll see the right tackle gets down, and he's not in his gap. So where does the running back take it? Takes it to the open gap. Fundamental breakdown in defense.
Also for Purdue's offensive line, you saw 74 in black. Martese Patterson with a key block. Patterson at right tackle today. Cameron Sermon at left tackle. That means that Damon Hedelman unable to play. He was 50-50 with a concussion. It's Damon Graham on the return. Here's Sudfeld. throwing. Open. Page. Across the 40. Quick hit. Sudfeld to Page. A gain of 20 for Indiana. Redding had for 3 on first down. And now this is even better. Redding into the secondary. To the Purdue 40. 13 more for Divine Redding. Frankie Williams finally in on the tackle.
Well blocked play. Once again, Indiana pulling linemen, forcing the Purdue to change their gap responsibility.
Redding the right side and brought down by Jimmy Herman. The middle linebacker broke through. Herman, who has missed some time this season, 4 games with a hamstring injury, broke through for a loss of 3.
Well, you can see they're controlling the line of scrimmage, getting off blocks, and then Herman shoots the gap and makes the tackle for a loss.
First look at Mike Magetta tailback, but Sudfeld's going to throw. Jones is open. Jones shoved out near the 25-yard line. That'll be a first down. Gain of 19.
Good protection. Ball well delivered. Good route by Ricky Jones.
Sudfeld comes to the line of scrimmage, checking in with his coaching staff along the sideline. On first down, and a reverse. Magette to Page, and Page dragged down by Easy Chukwu for a gain of maybe 2 yards.
Well, you know, I like the call. It didn't work, but Purdue's been doing a good job of pursuing the run, and you see Sudfeld trying to get a block there, but credit that Purdue defense, well-disciplined, staying at home, playing the reverse.
On second down, Sudfeld can't connect with Jones, and a late flag, and now 2 come in. Jones was tangled up with Frankie Williams.
That looked like it was high and way outside. I would say no.
Pass interference. Defense number 24. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So Frankie Williams called for the pass interference.
Talking to Greg Hudson, the defensive coordinator for Purdue, he says that Frankie Williams, number 24, undisputed leader of the defense.
Co-captain on this team, 10 career interceptions, 3 this year. So Indiana up by 3, first and goal. Divine Redding, the tailback. On first down, Redding, open space, and an easy touchdown. Six-yard touchdown run for Redding, his 8th rushing touchdown this season.
Watch the big guy right over here. He's going to pull and get the kick out, and the rest is history. Good line blocking.
That was Demetric Camille, redshirt junior. Tackle that pulled on the play. Also Jason Spriggs, no surprise, he got a block, sealing his man, opening up that hole as well. That's what we focused on earlier today. The Indiana offensive line, good effort there. And this one is sent through from Griffin Oaks. And that'll take us to a timeout in West Lafayette. Divine Redding, 6 yards out. Indiana comes back, and the Hoosiers back on top by 10, early stages, second quarter. Taking a look at our game summary so far today, early stages, second quarter, Indiana leading 17-7. The Boilermakers will get the ball back. The numbers on Sudfeld, 107. After this game, needing 332 break, Antoine Randall L. and his career passing record at Indiana, but Divine Redding in the absence of Jordan Howard from 6 yards out. Indiana recaptures a 10-point lead. Coach will send this one away. Appleby to throw on first down, goes short to Jones. Shy of the 30, a gain of 4.
You know, Corey, when you watch these little dump passes by Purdue, and they're consistently getting them, people, I'm sure, Indiana saying, what are they doing? What are they doing? You can't defend that in just zone coverage. You got to go to man or some type of zone blitz to take it away.
On 2nd and 5, Appleby hit as he throws. He got popped, and he is down. Off the edge, that was Clyde Newton. Came in untouched, and he delivered a big hit on Appleby, and he is slow to get up. Oh, good news. Austin Appleby on his feet, putting the helmet back on. Has to come out for at least one play. And this is Aaron Banks, 6'4" freshman from Indianapolis. Darrell Hazel saying that Banks, the short-term solution if needed today, if something would happen to Appleby. So he is in there on 3rd down and 5, and he's going to throw, and he finds Anthrop, but stood up maybe about a half-yard shy of the 1st down. Needed 5, a pickup of 4. So 4th and short, and it looks like Purdue will punt.
Well, that coaching staff showed a lot of confidence in Aaron Banks coming off on a cold day, coming right off the bench and calling the pass. Really good job by Kevin Wilson being in the game. Rather than thinking what he's going to do on offense when he gets the ball back, he was coaching the moment. Indiana does not have a man back to return this punt. And Chopper now with his best of the day. And nobody back. This will bounce inside the 10. Inside the 5. Inside the 1. After a couple of rough punts from Chopper, the freshman responds. A 65-yard boot. And Indiana will start inside its own 1-yard line. Go back to Simi Cobbs. Give him a chance to redeem himself. Now they're going to run it in. Did Majette get out? I'm sorry, Andrew Wilson was the tailback, and Wilson did just get out of the end zone. No gain. Yeah, you can see it right here. It looks like it's got a chance to develop. On 3rd down from his own end zone, Wilson, open space. The 5, the 10, 1st down, Indiana at around the 15-yard line. Nobody picked up the back. A gain of 15 yards. Sudfeld to Wilson from his own end zone. Yeah, critical mistake here by the Boilermakers. You've got Indiana between a rock and a hard place, coming off their old goal line, 3rd and long, and you let them out. Indiana's been great on 3rd down so far today. Another 3rd and long converted. Wilson, strong run across the 20. 7 more for Wilson. 5'11", redshirt junior from Columbus, Indiana. Now Jordan Howard basically all of last week. Kevin Wilson went to a bunch of different backs. On the end around, Jones makes a man miss across the 25. 1st down across the 30. Gain of 9. Leroy Clark among those in on the stop. Mentioned the different running backs the Hoosiers used last week. A new one comes in. This is Alex Rodriguez. He's a redshirt freshman from Indianapolis. Rodriguez, Wilson, Majette, Redding were all used last week. Play clock under 10. Sudfeld again, time over the middle. And the ball is caught by the tight end. That's Michael Cooper. Had a touchdown reception last week. He picks up 5 here. Cooper's a 5th-year senior.
Look at Purdue's defense. They're waiting for Nate Sudfeld to look to the sideline. Then they shift to change their coverage.
The middle and the run.
Well, you know, Jay, to your point, when we asked the Indiana coaches how much leeway Sudfeld has in checking, they said 0. His checking is he checks to the sideline, and they make the checks.
Wilson, the tailback. He'll get it again. He's met by Ryan Watson. 5th-year senior makes another tackle after a gain of about 1. Wilson was the tailback used the beginning stages of this drive, and Indiana was pinned inside its own 1. And picked up the key 4th down conversion. Sudfeld, 4-receiver package on 2nd down, the screen. Cobbs inside the 30. Leroy Clark shoves him out near the 15-yard line. That play was so successful last week against Maryland, that screen pass to Cobbs.
Yeah, that's one of their staples, the fire screen, tunnel screen, whatever you want to call it. Everybody blocks out, receiver comes inside. Low risk, high reward, and they've been getting rewarded a lot on that play lately.
32 yards on that screen pass. Sudfeld time to the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Indiana, it's Cobbs. A 99-yard drive capped off. Sudfeld to Cobbs. His 4th touchdown reception this season.
Well, we've talked about Simi Cobbs. You know, one of the big advantage, that man is 6'4". You put him up against a 5'9" defensive back, big advantage.
So Darrell Hazel and his Boilermakers now facing their biggest deficit today. There's Oaks for the extra point. Indiana leading 24-7. 99 yards on the drive, capped off by that 15-yard scoring play. Sudfeld to Cobbs, Indiana leading. Frankie Williams.
Indiana a week ago had a perfect onside kick. I think we'll see it here.
This is a low kick, and this is going to bounce. Out of bounds. Austin Appleby back out there. Recall on the last Purdue possession, Appleby took a big hit from Clyde Newton, had to leave just one play. Appleby time finds Yancey. He is out of bounds across the 40-yard line.
Well, Purdue's down 24-7, but Austin Appleby impressive so far.
Appleby starting today in place of that man, David Blau, redshirt freshman.
They've had some
concussion.
They've had some talent here at quarterback. We talked about the revolving door, but
Appleby 17 of 20. He's going to run this one. Appleby across midfield and wisely sliding with the Purdue quarterback situation kind of thin right now. That's a smart play by Appleby going to the slide there.
Yeah, he takes off and then he's running, and I think when he got right about here, Darrell Hazel was saying, "Get down, get down." Yeah.
Gain of 14 on the run there from Appleby. Here's Knox. He'll lower the helmet, runs into Zach Shaw, the bandit. 5th-year senior. Gain of a couple.
What I was trying to say, they've had a revolving door here at quarterback, but they've had talent. Danny Etling was the guy, and then he got beat out. And then you had Austin Appleby. He got beat out. David Blau came in, and then he got hurt. Now Appleby's back, but all those guys have good talent.
If you missed the graphic that we had at the early stages of our telecast, Appleby, the first Purdue quarterback to start back-to-back bucket games since Curtis Painter, 07-08. And now finds Dominique Young for a first down across the 30. 15 more. Appleby to Young. 1st and 10 Purdue.
The only thing that I've seen today that I don't like about Austin Appleby was the fumbled snap down there on the goal line, and that becomes debatable. Did the center get it up? Because they normally, are not that type of center quarterback exchange. Did the quarterback leave early, or did the center not get the ball all the way up?
Appleby, his first start since mid-September when Virginia Tech was here on September 19th. Here comes the pressure. Nice job by the Purdue offensive line picking it up, and Anthrop can't make the play.
Coach, these teams both go high tempo, but a lot of times they just go tempo to get the team to line up, get the defense to show their hand. Seems like they're not really using to go fast most of the time.
On second down, almost looked like a busted play, and Appleby goes down. Zach Shaw.
Jay, you got a good point there. You're right. They're not snapping the ball fast, but they get up the line, which forces the defense to get lined up immediately because they don't know when it's going to be snapped, and it forces that defensive coordinator to make the call right away.
Not so much a busted play, just the option. And Appleby ran out of time. Loss of 4. Purdue 0 of 4 on third down today. That's 4-down territory here.
Normally when Purdue, every time they cross the 50, it's 4-down territory.
Throwing, and it's caught. Anthrop. First down inside the 15. First time Purdue has converted on third down today. That one went for 19 as Appleby finds the senior Anthrop.
When you watch Austin Appleby and you watch Nate Sudfeld, they look like the same guy throwing the ball. I mean, he puts that in there in a hurry and right on the mark.
Good drive here by the Boilermakers. Appleby, some key plays on first down, throwing to the end zone and juggled and dropped there by Dominique Young. Ben Bach, former walk-on the coverage for Indiana.
Yeah, Ben Bach the last couple of weeks has been getting a lot of playing time.
Indiana's secondary. A lot of reshuffling going on. Chase Dutra out. Will Dawkins starting at free safety today. There's Knox on the carry. Nowhere. Nick Mangieri plugging that hole from the get-go. No gain.
Well, you think Nick Mangieri, the senior from Peoria, Illinois, you don't think he doesn't want to go to a bowl game?
Indiana has not been since 2007. Seeking win number 6 here today. Also, Indiana trying to win the bucket game for the 3rd straight year. On third down, Appleby to the end zone, caught, touchdown, Purdue. Jurasevich. Yard touchdown play. Jurasevich's second touchdown reception this season. Both have come at home.
Well, awful good call. Well-designed play. After this play is over, you'll see the Indiana defenders all looking at each other, pointing. Who had him? I don't know. Neither one of us had him. Touchdown.
Former walk-on from Crown Point, Indiana. It was Griggs for the extra point. Purdue back within 10. At the break, it's a 10-point game. Indiana seeking win number 6 in a bowl game, leading by 10. Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report coming up next. Second half, moments away. Indiana will get the ball to begin the second half, leading by 10 before the second half begins. Let's head downstairs and check in with Jay Lehman.
Got a chance to talk to head coach Darrell Hazel for the Boilermakers, and he said too many unnecessary penalties, and we got to get off the field on third down, especially when Indiana was backed up, was not happy how they gave up that big conversion. And for Kevin Wilson, he said we've given up too many big plays defensively. If we're going to win this football game, we've got to shore that up. I did ask him about wide receiver Sidney Cobbs. He said he's questionable to return.
That's a key point there, Jay. Thanks for that. Cobbs can be such a playmaker. Offensively, our Quicken Loans quarterback comparison pretty equal, don't you think so far, Glenn?
Yeah, I think the one thing that is not told when you look at that comparison right there, Sudfeld has not been sacked. Appleby's been sacked 4 times.
Indiana, very clean first half of football as well. No turnovers. They did not allow a sack, like you mentioned, only penalized twice that first half. He will take a knee. Now Cobbs heading back to the locker room. Sudfeld faking the handoff. He'll keep it and dumps it off for Michael Cooper. Nicely designed play by Wilson. Gain of 15 yards. There's a good snap there to Sudfeld. They'll run it, and Redding is hit. Replogle got in there, no gain. Big pop there from Replogle. He was busy and active in the first half as well.
Yeah, we talked about him. He had 2 sacks a week ago against Iowa. He's really brought it on in the last half of this year.
So on 2nd down and 10. Redding the tailback and the carry. Redding. Nice cutback at the 45. Redding into Purdue territory. He may go. Redding inside the 15. On his feet inside the 5. Leroy Clark saved a touchdown. Divine Redding busts through. Big play early 3rd quarter, 57 yards.
Watch the vision here. He cuts back to the right. Now he's going to go. Now he's going to go left here in his 2nd. Come on, Sudfeld, get out of my way, man. Sudfeld's doing it. Hey, I like it. He's going down there trying to get the block. I think Sudfeld wants to go to a bowl game.
And Redding up the middle, and he's going to be stopped. Garrett Hudson. Other linebackers on the tackle, no gain.
Did you see the size of Sudfeld, though, huh? I mean, he is a big quarterback.
6'6", 240.
That'd have made him a tight end.
Sudfeld's going to keep it towards the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana. Quarterback keeper for Sudfeld. That's his 5th rushing touchdown this season. Had a rushing touchdown last week. This one from 3 yards out. A 17-point Indiana lead. Early stages in the 3rd. Frankie Williams back to receive. The kick here from Oaks. And Williams will take a knee. On 1st down, Jones again. Spinning across the 40. Oliver the tackle, but Jones picks up 6 more. David Blau with the headset on, out today with a concussion. Got injured in the 1st quarter last week in the Iowa game by Jordan Lomax.
That might be the biggest understatement you made all day, Corey, because Lomax came up filling from that safety position and met him in the hole in big-time contact.
So 3rd down and 2. Approaching 8 minutes to play in the 3rd. Purdue down by 17. On 3rd down, it will be Jones, and he'll have the 1st down. Nick Mangieri made the tackle, but Purdue, what they're doing on this drive, 3rd and manageables. We haven't seen 3rd and 10, 3rd and 15 like we saw earlier this quarter.
They're running the football. And you see Indiana, they're playing a conservative style defense because they don't want to give up the big play, and so it's a numbers game, and they're running the ball.
Indiana's run the ball 6 straight times, and now they're going to pass. Appleby throws, juggled, and then collected by Yancey. And they're going to rule that a catch as Appleby finds Yancey, a gain of 3. Jay, what do you have?
Coach, got one question for you. Look at the splits of the Purdue receivers. Very wide on these last couple run plays to Markel Jones. It looks like they're putting those linebackers in a lot of run-pass conflicts.
Well, normally if you're going to run the ball, that's what you want to do.
And Anthrop the catch, 1st down inside the 35-yard line.
But Jay, to your point, you see Indiana, they're covering those receivers on those wide splits, so that's why you're seeing, where you did see 6 straight runs, because the system dictated they go cover the wide out, we run the ball. They don't cover the wide out, we throw the ball.
Anthrop up to 7 catches today. Appleby and the Boilermakers, good drive. 1st and 10 on the Indiana 32-yard line. Appleby, good protection. Still looking, he's going to run. And will step out of bounds near the first down. Appleby pointing for a first down.
Yeah, they lose contain in the pass rush. The defensive end went too deep. Appleby took off. Good vision. He let his wide receiver get the block and picked up the extra yard. I like what Purdue's doing here. They're not panicking. They're running their offense. Yeah, they're down 31-14, but they have to execute their offense.
Appleby. Open is Jones. Lowers the head, a big collision. Inside the 10-yard line. Markel Jones lowered the shoulders, and an injured Indiana player is down.
Two men going full speed at each other. You got to keep your head up. No place for the timid there.
So Ben Bach take his spot with Fant out. Bach, former walk-on, redshirt sophomore, played a ton last week. As they take a look at Richard Fant on the Indiana sideline. So first and goal, Purdue. Burgess in motion. Hand off to Jones. Cut back. Spinning inside the 5 and driving forward to around the 3. Gain of 6 for Markel Jones, who's been a focal point, Glenn, on this drive after kind of a quiet first half for the freshman.
Yeah, the whole offensive play selection for Purdue has changed. They were going to Appleby earlier in this series for whatever reason. They said, hey, let's just run the ball, and been very effective. You block, we've seen Markel Jones. You give him ample blocking, he'll gain the yards. Tough runner.
Jones on this drive alone has accounted for 37 of the yards. He'll try to add to it. He stood up short of the goal line. Jonathan Crawford, the strong safety, on the defensive surge. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, it's got to get done by the guys up front, and good defense by Indiana. You saw him met in the hole, and he's not the easiest guy, and came over and cleaned him up. Nice play.
That was freshman against freshman. Jones, Crawford, a freshman from Largo, Florida. 3rd and goal. Jones, driven back. Ball came out. Indiana ball. Second time Purdue has turned it over inside the Indiana 5.
Well, you can see right here as he rolls over, that knee is down and that ball is not moved.
So the call is reversed. Markel Jones is down. This is 4th and goal. Purdue going for it. Appleby rolling, throwing, caught. Touchdown. Cole Herdman. So the reversal, a 4th down decision to go for it, and Appleby caps off a 14-play drive, a 3-yard touchdown pass to Cole Herdman. Herdman's 2nd touchdown catch this season.
Does that make 43 now in the year that they got for on 4th down?
Here's Griggs for the extra point. And Purdue is back to within 10. So on 4th and goal, they go for it after the reversal. Appleby to the end zone. And Purdue down 10. Ten-point game, 4:28 to go in the 3rd. So now an onside kick attempt, and it's recovered by Indiana at around midfield. Does that call surprise you?
A little bit, but you know, the thing about it is when you're a team like Purdue, we talked about before, they got nothing to lose, playing their last game, a lot of frustration. Why not? 2 ways you can coach, Corey. coach not to lose and you coach to win. A lot more fun to coach to win.
Nice play by 86 in white, Chandler Miller. Back to work for midfield. Tailback is Andrew Wilson. And here is Wilson. Big hole off the left side, inside the 40. Wilson, who was used earlier today when Indiana was backed up. In at safety now, Leroy Clark. The other safeties on the field for Purdue. After the first down run by Wilson, he's back out there. Left of Sudfeld. Underneath and incomplete. Jones, the intended receiver, Frankie Williams, knocked it away.
Yeah, good defense there by Frankie. Little hook route right in front of him. He closed on it and got his right hand over the shoulder. Defended the pass.
Williams, a fifth-year senior, co-captain. His last game today. Sudfeld over the middle and pays the catch and takes a hit from Williams, and a flag comes in from the end zone.
There is no foul for targeting on the previous play. Number 24 is not disqualified.
So an 18-yard pass. They take everything away, not just the targeting, but no personal foul either.
They got it right.
Yeah, that's good work by the crew up here. This is where Sudfeld has been terrific all year, the red zone. Here's the screen. Cobbs back in, and Cobbs stood up near the 10-yard line. Leroy Clark on the tackle. Sudfeld in the red zone this year. This was entering play today. 13 touchdowns thrown in the red zone, not a single interception. And he's in this spot right now from the 10-yard line. A second down and 3. Sudfeld throwing, and Jones, the intended receiver, at the 5.
And let's not forget his touchdown early in the game to Page was like from the 21-yard line. But when you talk about the success that he's down here without any interceptions, great decision-making, because when the field shrinks, that is the advantage in the passing game to the defense, and that's why you normally see turnovers down there. That's why you like a running game in the red zone.
So third down and 3. Play clock is at 2. Sudfeld got it off. Wilson, the carry, lowers the shoulder, and he'll have the first down. First down was at the 7. Look to get to the 6. A gain of 4. Flag thrown late. Darrell Hazel telling Jay Lamont at halftime, those penalties have to go. Now a first and goal. Wilson up the middle. Nothing. Jalen Robinson on the tackle. So we look once again at the very end of this play.
Yeah, you'll see right at the end he's gonna, right there. Come on now. Yeah. You like players that play tough. You don't have to talk tough or act tough, just play tough.
On second down, Wilson the right side, and denied again. Inside the 2, a gain of 1. So third and goal for Kevin Wilson and the Hoosiers. With 2:20 to play in the third.
Well, last time we saw him down here, you saw him get the ball to Nate Sudfeld, his 6'6", 240-pound quarterback, and he got it in.
On third down, Wilson spinning, jumping into the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana.
Wilson in there, if he has a nickname, I bet it's Scooter. He's like a scooter out there, man. You know what I mean? He's quick, and look at that. Love it.
Redshirt junior had a couple of carries against Maryland last week. Hasn't been used a ton this season, but with the injury to Jordan Howard, a few more options for the Hoosiers ground game today, and that extra point is good.
Appleby's been good.
Jones and Williams are back. This one to the end zone. Frankie Williams juggles and will take a knee. Purdue ball from the 25. Appleby escaping and now throws over the middle and caught. Cameron Posey near the Indiana 45-yard line. 31-yard pass and catch. Appleby to Posey.
Wow, good throw, good catch, and might have been an ill-advised decision, but Appleby put the money right on the mark.
Darius Latham, a hit on Appleby at the end. It's a 31-yard play. Appleby on the rollout. And he'll throw on a sliding catch made by Anthrop, and they rule it a catch.
Appleby's pass complete to Gabe Anthrop.
8th catch today for Anthrop. Up to 92 yards receiving.
Purdue is not without talent on offense.
On first down, Appleby throws, caught Dominique Young, shoved out at around the 20 by Ben Bach, rather.
Now 8 yards.
So gain of 9.
As you mentioned before, Corey, every time Indiana does something well, Purdue's had the ability to come back and counter, but we can't hold serve.
Markel Jones up the middle to the end zone. Touchdown, Purdue. Yard touchdown run for Markel Jones. So now Griggs for the extra point. Pull Purdue back within 10. And he does. So the lead is 10. Final seconds of the third. Markel Jones. 5 carries in the first half. Difference maker here in the second half and capped it off with a 20-yard scoring run.
Yeah, when a guy goes into the end zone standing up right up the middle of the field there, you've got to credit the offensive line or a bust by Indiana's defense. And right now, Indiana's really struggling. Purdue is doing what they want at will on offense, run and pass.
Graham from the 1. Graham has some space across the 25 and dragged down near the 30 by Jordan Jurasevich, the tight end. It's the challenge for Jake Plogel and the Purdue defense right now. Can they stop Nate Sudfeld and the Hoosiers offense? So far, the answer is no. Devine Redding, the tailback, on first down, and Redding will grab it. Get a couple, maybe one. Jimmy Herman on the tackle, and that will be the last play of the third quarter. Indiana, 1 quarter away from win number 6 and securing a bowl game. The fourth quarter from West Lafayette when we come back on BTN. Got a Chewbacca and a Stormtrooper, Darth Vader. Among those attending the game today. Game summary, fourth quarter about to commence. Indiana by 10. So the numbers on Sudfeld, 2 more touchdowns. Appleby has been solid. His first start since mid-September. On the ground, Indiana 204 and Purdue 126. Markel Jones a focal point with that Purdue ground game in the third quarter. Indiana with the ball. Up by 10. Sudfeld handed off. This is Devine Redding on the ground. So Redding with the carry. Not much on that first effort here on this drive. Back upstairs in the booth with Glenn Mason. I'm Corey Provis. Indiana up by 10. That bowl game certainly in reach here with the ball up by 10. What would that mean to this program considering where they've been?
Well, you know, with Kevin Wilson.
Page on the catch.
Kevin Wilson in his 5th year not going to a bowl game. There's no doubt anybody that knows football, this Indiana football program is much improved. He just needs some concrete evidence, and going to a bowl game, he's been close before in the last couple of years, but going to a bowl game this year would be monumental for him and his players.
And at 22 yards on that play to Page. Redding, tailback to Sudfeld's left. Sudfeld will keep it. Sudfeld inside the 30, should have a first down. He'll have it to around the 22-yard line, a gain of 10 for Sudfeld.
They don't run Sudfeld very often, but it's normally very effective. When you look at this Kevin Wilson offense, if they really had a legitimate running quarterback, I think they might be unstoppable. When you look at Jason Spriggs, the left tackle, and Dan Feeney, the right guard, you're not going to find two better offensive linemen any place in the country.
Jake Reed, 5th-year senior center. Redding. Instead, Sudfeld throwing wide open towards the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Indiana. That's Brandon Knight, the backup left tackle. Moved to tight end. The touchdown catch of 22 yards, Sudfeld to Knight.
And I can just tell you this, Corey. Brandon Knight, who was a tackle, they've just ruined him. He'll never, ever want to play tackle again. He's a tight end for life now.
Hooks on to attempt the extra point.
True freshman Brandon Knight. 6 touchdowns today for Indiana. 6 different players involved. Oaks for the extra point. And he yanked this one. So Oaks, a couple of misses today. Still a 2-score game. Here's the touchdown to Knight. We're in the 4th quarter. That's Brandon Knight. The future, though, we're told, is as an offensive lineman.
They just ruined him. I told you that. I've seen it before.
Indiana's been thin at tight end. Anthony Casaro back active today, but he had been out with an ankle injury, missed 2 games. So Knight was moved. And now Frankie Williams with a good return across the 40-yard line, and Oaks, the kicker, made the tackle. And there is Oaks, and not to be left out here, the missed extra point a moment ago from Oaks. Still, this is a 2-possession game. Let's look at this hit.
He doesn't get paid to do that, but that's an awful good tackle. You're right. This extra point. How does a guy, you wonder, kicks 4 field goals, 2 games in a row, and then misses a couple extra points?
First and 5. Appleby looking deep. Yancey the catch. Tugged out of bounds. Inside the 25-yard line by Rashard Fant, but not before a gain of 29.
Reminiscent of the one he caught before. That's a wounded duck out there. The one that they called at his heel on the out of bounds. Picture perfect. It was not effective, yes.
On first down, Jones up the middle. Backing his way near the 15-yard line. Jonathan Crawford on the tackle. 7 more for Markel Jones. Appleby now passing today up to 310 yards. Appleby keeps it. Appleby stretching to the goal line. Touchdown, Purdue. 18-yard touchdown run for Appleby, his second today. And now will Purdue go for 2 as we look here, stretching for that goal line.
The runner was down shy of the goal line. The ball will be placed at the half-yard line on the right hash. The clock will start on the ready for play. Please adjust the game clock to 11:34.
So first and goal. As Appleby goes under center. Appleby with the keeper. Touchdown Purdue. So a 10-point game. Now will Purdue go for 2?
I don't think there's any doubt. How about the fight in this Purdue team now? I mean, we understand Indiana playing for a bowl game, and that's why it's so important you can end the season with a rivalry like this. And you don't play because there's a bowl game in the balance. Wherever you play it because you're Purdue and they're Indiana, and you're Indiana and they're Purdue.
And Purdue will go for 2. Trying to make this a 1-possession game. Jones, the tailback, left of Appleby. Anthrop in motion. On the 2-point try. The throw is good. Anthrop for 2. It's an 8-point game with plenty of time left in this fourth quarter.
And as they say, we got us a bowl game. Now they're saying Greg Hudson's got his troops over there, the defensive coordinator, and says, man, we need to stop. 3 and out.
So Griggs with the kick. Damon Graham the return inside the 10. Graham gets away. Forced back, and now tackled. Minnesota, Wisconsin follows us here on BTN. 3:30 Eastern time for that one in Minneapolis. Sudfeld throwing and caught. Mitchell Page, a tough catch. Defended by Leroy Clark, a gain of 9. The more you watch that guy, 87, the more you like.
I've liked him for a long time. Some guys make plays, some guys don't. Man, that guy, I don't know how big he is. Doesn't matter how big he is. Makes plays.
Listed at 5'7", my kind of guy. Saw the numbers, Sudfeld.
On your best day, 5'7".
It's closer to Antoine Randall L. Here's Divine Reddit, Vic Raplogle, and Ryan Watson combined for the tackle after a gain of 2.
How many games like this you see go back and forth, and all of a sudden there's a turnover that turns the whole game around? Just get that feeling.
First down, Indiana. 4-receiver set. Sudfeld, all day to throw, going deep. Booker is open. Booker the catch. Andre Booker all the way. Touchdown, Indiana. .72 yards. Andre Booker. A couple years ago, walk-on. Last year, scholarship. This year, back to a walk-on. 72 yards, and Indiana strikes back.
Well, this is inexplainable. Either Anthony Brown quit on the play, the corner, or there was a busted coverage, and he thought he had deep help.
And the extra point is off the upright, and it went in. So Griffin Oaks, back-to-back Big Ten Special Teams Player of the Week honors. A little shaky today, but that one still counts for 1.
Better lucky than good.
Williams will take this one out. Williams spinning. Keeps his feet. And now dragged down near the 35-yard line. Purdue with the ball. 7:07 to go. Appleby to the side, and it's low. Incomplete, intended for DJ Knox. Here's a final. Ohio State defeated Michigan with relative ease today in Ann Arbor. So the Buckeyes' path to Indy next week is simple.
And
Michigan State must lose that game to Penn State later on today.
They'll be rooting for the Nittany Lions.
Caught by Yancey. Shoved out by Fant near the 30. And depending on the spot, he'll be short of the first down by about a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
You know, going forward, exciting in spring practice. Austin Appleby, David Blau, they'll have a lot of competition there at the quarterback position.
Appleby will keep it first down and took a late hit, and here comes a flag. TJ Simmons, the linebacker, came in very late with Appleby going down to the ground.
Over. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 2. 15 yards from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Yeah, he speared him.
So the penalty will place the ball at the Purdue 49-yard line. On first down, Appleby over the middle, tipped and intercepted by Scales. Off the deflection, and Anthrop rips down Scales. It was tipped, and then Tigray Scales on the interception. Was an All-American last year, All-Big Ten last year. Tigray Scales, the sophomore linebacker, off the tip. It was off the hands of Knox, into the hands of Scales. And the first interception thrown by Appleby today gives the ball back to Indiana.
And you saw Marcus Oliver doing a nice job of closing here, making the hit. And now Kevin Wilson's over there, and he's saying, we're going to run the ball, fellas. We're going to run the ball right up the middle.
That was Appleby's 50th passing attempt today, and his first pick. And that one was in the hands of DJ Knox. Second Purdue turnover overall. So the Hoosiers with it. 6:29 to go. There's Mike Majette. Mike Majette to the outside and knocked out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. Mike Majette, a big run. Indiana driving. 5'10", 201, the freshman Majette with a run of 28 yards.
We've seen a whole host of running backs today for Indiana.
Andrew Wilson, a touchdown run today.
And we didn't see the best one.
Yeah, Jordan Howard remains out. The knee injury. It was going to be a game-time decision. And Majette had a chance. Spin to the 20. And about 3 for Majette. On second down and 7. There's Majette. Andy James Garcia from behind, credited with the tackle. And Purdue took a timeout a moment ago, and I believe they called another one, and they did. That's the Boilermakers' second. Look at the total yards in this game. 648, 478. On third down and 6, this is Wilson running over Clark. Will be short of the first down. Fourth and about 2. He's on for the field goal try. 34-yard attempt for Oaks. And it's good. Nice kick there from Oaks. A rare, an up and down day for Oaks, who's had a great year. So Indiana adds 3 more and just about 5.5 minutes away from retaining that. Guarded. Indiana State trooper watching the Old Oaken Bucket.
I don't think the kicker or Page has anything to worry about their stick to do.
As Williams will take a knee. Yancey on the catch. Shard Fant shoves him out. Gain of 8.
And out of bounds by Fant for the Hoosiers. Made on the play, ball spot for 35.
Second down and 2, clock running. Appleby throws Anthrop with a nice catch. First down.
Appleby's pass complete to Danny Anthrop. Good for Boilermakers, first down.
Anthrop now up to 9 catches, 96 yards, playing his last game. Anthrop going to graduate next month with a degree in law and society. Here's Yancey off the fingertips and knocked away by Ben Bach.
Intended for Yancey. Second down.
On second down at 10. Looking and now throws at Markel Jones with a sliding catch. Gain of a couple. Glenn earlier brought up the quarterback situation for Purdue next year. Appleby is a junior, Blau's a redshirt freshman. But I think the guy to remember for Purdue in camp and as you look ahead at 2016 for Purdue is the guy who's not playing today. On third down, the throw is low. Complete. Intended for Shane Mikeski. Tight end, at a touchdown last week against Iowa, so 4th down and 8. The wild card in that mix is the redshirt freshman Elijah Sindelar.
Well, my only criticism for Purdue, they've got talent at quarterback, but they've played so many different guys. Sooner or later, you got to decide on one and go with them and make the right decision. And whoever the guy, you make the one and you go with is going to be better off.
So Purdue going for it. Surprise 4th down and 8. Appleby, ball came out, recovered by Indiana. Darius Rayner on the hit, ball came out. It was recovered by Robert McCray. And Indiana will get the ball back and can seal it with 1:56 to play here in West Lafayette. I said it was Rayner who brought the pressure. That was Greg Gooch, backup bandit. 49 with the hit.
Like a fumble.
And just to finish up the thought, though, on Purdue's quarterback situation for next year, we asked Daryl Hazel as Indiana will go into the victory formation about that for next season. Is it going to be Blau and Appleby? He said, hey, don't discount Elijah either. Elijah Sindelar, there he is, a big arm, redshirt freshman, 6'4", 216. He's going to compete with both Blau and Appleby for that job. And you look ahead at 2016, so remember that name when Purdue preps for 2016 as well. So Hoosiers 50 seconds away from bowl eligibility and taking home that for the 3rd straight year, the Old Oaken Bucket. So victory formation for the Hoosiers. Sudfeld, another big day, a career-setting day, and that'll do it. Indiana bowl bound, and the Bucket returns to Bloomington. Started playing for that Bucket in 1925, and the Hoosiers come to West Lafayette and will be bowl eligible. A 6-win season, amassing nearly 660 yards of total offense, and Kevin Wilson and the Hoosiers beat their rival 54-36. So that'll do it now from West Lafayette. Indiana wins 54-36. Thanks again to our great crew all year long. So speaking now for Glenn Mason, Jay Lehman, and our crew, Corey Provis, saying so long. One more trophy up next here on BTN. The Axe, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Kevin Kugler, Matt Millen, it's all yours in the Twin Cities.